maybe the joke of the century in the WNBA, and I guess proving all of us wrong. There is a sense of humor in the WNBA. I think one of the reasons that the WNBA has been so unpopular over time is so many of their activist basketball players.
Joe Budden just dropped a bomb on the WNBA world. He's saying Caitlin Clark isn't just good, she's Jordan-level good. Meanwhile, he's comparing Angel Reese to Dennis Rodman. Is this the hot take that's gonna set the basketball world on fire? Let's break down why this comparison is turning heads and maybe even changing the game. Here's the thing, this isn't just about two players. It's about the future of women's basketball. Think about it, Clark as Jordan, Reese as Rodman, these aren't just names. They're legacies, and now they're being tied to the WNBA's rising stars. This debate could change everything we know about the league, but wait, there's more. This comparison isn't just talk, it's reshaping how we see skill.
But there wasn't a comparison there, right? And it's strange that that's exactly what we've done with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Stardom and strategy in the WNBA. You might be wondering, how can one guy's opinion do all that? Well, stick around. We're about to show you why this is bigger than you think. The game is changing, and you're gonna wanna see how. You've heard the stats, but numbers only tell half the story. What if I told you the real game changer isn't on the court, but in our minds? Clark and Reese aren't just playing ball, they're rewiring how we think about women's basketball.
A relationship there, and it's like, no, can't you blatantly tell one player's a great all-around player and the other one's an elite rebounder?
Let's break it down. Caitlin Clark is lighting up the scoreboard with 18.0 points per game and dishing out 8.1 assists. On the other side, Angel Reese is dominating the boards, pulling down 12.9 rebounds per game. These aren't just impressive numbers, they're defining an entire generation of players. But here's where it gets wild. Joe Budden's comparison of Clark to Jordan and Reese to Rodman, it's not just about skill, it's about impact. Think about it. Jordan wasn't just a scorer, he changed how we saw the game. And Rodman, he made rebounding an art form. Now, we're seeing that same transformative power in the WNBA. Clark's game is all about finesse and precision. She's not just scoring, she's orchestrating the entire offense. Every move, every pass is calculated. It's like watching a chess master at work, but with a basketball. And Reese, she's pure power and determination. She doesn't just grab rebounds, she owns the paint. It's a clash of styles that's got everyone talking. This rivalry isn't just good for the players, it's a goldmine for the WNBA.
The other thing that shocked me is Joe Budden is actually 6 years younger than me and looks like he's 6 years older than me.
Fans are picking sides, debates are raging on social media, and suddenly, women's basketball is the hottest topic in sports. Sportsbooks are seeing more action on WNBA games than ever before. The buzz is real, and it's growing louder by the day. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about who's better, it's about how they're different. Clark and Reese aren't just competing against each other, they're showcasing the diversity of talent in women's basketball. They're proving that there's no one way to dominate the game, and that's what's really turning heads. The pressure is building, and everyone's feeling it. Coaches are scrambling to adjust their game plans. Other players are stepping up their game, knowing all eyes are on the league. And the fans, they can't get enough. Every game feels like a must-watch event. The fans are hooked, but they're missing the bigger picture. While everyone's debating who's the better player, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are pulling off the ultimate alley-oop for women's basketball. How are these two rivals secretly working together to change the game forever? Let's talk about Angel Reese's bad guy persona. It's not just about trash talk and taunts, it's a calculated move that's reshaping the WNBA landscape. Reese isn't just playing basketball, she's playing chess.
I have seen footage of Caitlin Clark now, and I have seen footage of Angel Reese. I'm as pro-black as all the pro-black people. I'm as pro-black as Lisa Bloom.
Here's the thing. Reese knows exactly what she's doing. She said it herself. I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy roles, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. But why? It's simple. She's creating a narrative that's bigger than the game. Think about it. Every great story needs a hero and a villain. Caitlin Clark, with her golden girl image, fits perfectly into the hero role. And Reese, she's embracing the other side of the coin. It's like watching a perfectly choreographed dance with each player knowing their steps. But this isn't just about personal branding. Reese is doing this for her teammates, for the league. She said, "I want y'all to realize that a lot of us have done so much for this game." She's not just playing for herself, she's playing for the future of women's basketball. Now, you might be wondering, how does being the bad guy help the league? It's all about attention. This rivalry, this contrast between Clark and Reese, it's got people talking, it's got people watching.
Caitlin Clark is a hell of a lot better than Angel Reese.
Suddenly, the WNBA isn't just background noise, it's front page news. The media's eating it up. They're crafting narratives, drawing comparisons, stoking the flames of this rivalry. But here's the kicker. It's not really about who's better. It's about showcasing the diversity of talent in the WNBA. Clark and Reese aren't just players. They're archetypes, showing that there's more than one way to dominate the game. This strategy is paying off big time. The WNBA is seeing more coverage, more discussion, more engagement than ever before. And it's not just about the numbers, it's about changing perceptions. People who never gave women's basketball a second thought are now tuning in, eager to see the next chapter in this unfolding drama. But let's not forget, this isn't just Reese's show. Clark is playing her part too. Her clean-cut image, her on-court brilliance, it's the perfect foil to Reese's fiery persona. Together, they're creating a narrative that's bigger than both of them. What we're seeing here is a masterclass in sports marketing. Reese and Clark, whether they planned it or not, are elevating not just themselves, but the entire league. They're proving that women's basketball can be just as exciting, just as dramatic, just as worthy of attention as any men's sport. You've seen the highlights, but have you noticed how this rivalry is transforming everything it touches? From viewership numbers to social media buzz, something unprecedented is happening. What's really going on behind the scenes? The Reese-Clark showdown isn't just changing the game on the court, it's sparking a revolution off it. This rivalry is reshaping the entire sports landscape, and the ripple effects are bigger than you might think. Let's talk numbers. WNBA viewership is soaring. Social media engagement is through the roof. Suddenly, women's basketball is the hottest topic in sports. But it's not just about the stats, it's about the shift in perception. Think about it. When's the last time you saw this much buzz around women's sports? This rivalry isn't just entertaining, it's breaking down barriers. It's challenging how we think about skill, stardom, and strategy across all sports. But here's where it gets real. This debate isn't just about basketball. It's cracking open conversations we've been avoiding for years. Race, marketing, public image, it's all on the table now. Remember, Angel Reese said, "I'll take that role. I'll take the hit for it, but I know we're growing women's basketball." She's not just playing a game, she's changing the narrative, and it's working. On the flip side, we've got Caitlin Clark. Her rise isn't just about her skills, it's about how we market women's sports. Some say her success is tied to her golden girl image. But is that fair? Or is it forcing us to confront some uncomfortable truths? This rivalry is reshaping how we see women's sports. It's not just about who's better on the court. It's about representation, marketing, and the long game of growing the WNBA. But here's the kicker. This could be just the beginning. If one rivalry can do this much, imagine what's next. Could this be the catalyst for bigger changes in how all women's sports are perceived and marketed? The impact goes beyond basketball. Other sports are taking notice. Marketers are rethinking their strategies. Fans are questioning their own biases. This isn't just changing the WNBA, it's challenging how we think about sports, skill, and star power across the board. The Clark-Reese debate isn't just about two players. It's reshaping women's basketball and sports as a whole. This rivalry is putting the WNBA in the spotlight like never before. More viewers, more buzz, more excitement, but it's bigger than that. This showdown is challenging how we see women's sports. It's not just about skill, it's about marketing, representation, and breaking barriers. Reese said it herself. Look where women's basketball is. I want y'all to realize that. She's right. This isn't just game changing, it's league changing. As this rivalry heats up, it's forcing us to rethink everything we know about sports. What other unwritten rules might get challenged next? How will this change the way athletes market themselves? One thing's for sure, women's basketball will never be the same.